In the last 2 weeks, I've been through something that completely changed the trajectory of my plans. I lost my WOP account, including all of my businesses that I've been building from scratch for over 6 months, all my funds and all my memberships to products I've paid over 2K for. Everything gone. Just like that. And it all started about 2 weeks ago. It was a Saturday evening around 10 p.m. I was just hanging out with one of my friends when I got this email on my phone saying that my WOP account was suspended. Obviously, I got shocked and my heart started pumping like crazy. And I started to think, what have I done that just got me suspended? And when I couldn't think of any logical reason, I started to think something must be wrong. So I headed straight to my PC to message WOP support, trying to figure out what had happened and just get general clarity on the situation. And the whole upcoming week from there was just me talking to WOP back and forth, trying to convince them that I was wrongly accused. But they didn't listen, or care for that matter. They just started closing my chats, ignoring my emails. And for those of you who might not know me, I would never fraud someone. But I'm not making this video to convince you I'm innocent. That's up to you to decide after watching this. But anyway, some of the proof that I had to show them when trying to reverse the decision was, first of all, just to take a look at my businesses. As you see, both of them got really good financial health and my customers were happy with my services, as you can see. And this is also what people were saying about me on my profile. And at the end of that whole week talking to WOP, they told me that the decision was final. And there was nothing I could do to reverse it. And what really made me angry was that they said they couldn't go into the specifics of the case, which means that I barely understand why I got suspended to this day. And I tried to ask them and say that I'll happily give back the money to the customer who got frauded, but no, they didn't give me any details and they just took all of the money from all of my businesses instead. Even though it might not have been huge sums of money for some of you watching this, for me, this money meant a lot. First of all, just to tell you my story real quick, last year I finished high school and that's when I started this digital product path full time, and I was doubting that all this make money online was even possible for a normal person like me. But I decided to give it a shot. You only live once, and still I was able to make 1K in total, which still is something. But then, as you can see, in February this year, when I started my shadow season, I just started getting some momentum and proof of concept, and I started feeling like this was actually possible. And 1 week into it, before I got suspended, I even started getting more clients and talking to more creators. And for me, this has been my only source of income. And losing it like this really hurts. Another thing that WOP ruined was my reputation. Because when they suspended my account, I lost my active clients that were paying me monthly for my coaching. And without access to my account, I couldn't show up on the calls I had scheduled or tell my customers what had happened. So that's actually something I don't quite understand what WOP is doing, because my businesses are still making WOP money to this day, and my customers are probably wondering, where the hell did I go? Obviously, some of them I've still been able to contact outside of WOP. And I guess soon people will start to realize and maybe even start asking for refunds or leaving bad reviews, which is just going to get my businesses disabled and hurt my reputation even further. But yeah, I don't want more of this video just be complaining and crying about my situation, which is pretty much what has been going on inside my mind the last 2 weeks. I'm not gonna lie, I was close to giving up, because all this dark emotion that was flooding my mind with negativity, hate, anger, and so forth really had me going into a bad rut where I started doing bad habits, my routines were going shit, and I barely did anything productive. My stress levels were also through the roof and I could barely sleep. But then in the darkness, after 2 weeks of being down bad, I realized something profound. This is not how I want to be feeling or living my life. And this is not close to the mental state I want to be operating in. It's crazy, because I always used to be a believer in growth mindset and seeing things from a positive side. And when I look back now, it was shocking to see how I had been consumed by my dark negative emotions, and I was barely thinking clearly or calmly as I usually do. But luckily, this positive, resilient side of me was able to show up in my darkest moments and take me out of that place. And I started seeing this just as a major setback that I could grow back stronger from. So I started thinking about why I was doing this in the first place, and instead of just thinking about everything WOP had ruined in my life, I started to think about the things I still have, like all the knowledge and things I've been learning and all the amazing relationships I've been able to build inside of my network, and also the astonishing support I've received. So even though this was a major setback and I lost a lot of things, I'm actually just seeing this as a small detour in the bigger journey I'm a part of, and I'm going to start over now and figure out a way to keep my promises and do shadow operating as I always wanted to do. And I'm not letting this setback stop me, and some parts of me are actually grateful that this happened, because I've learned new things about myself and also some lessons I'm going to share with you guys. So the first thing is to diversify and don't have all your eggs in the same basket. And for most of you watching this will apply to WOP, which means don't keep all of your funds in one place. You never know what can happen, and you don't want to lose everything just like that. Especially when you start making loads of money and have big operations going on. Next is, don't trust people and companies blindly. In this digital world, I've seen so many scammers and even people in some WOP groups I've been in getting frauded. Also, setbacks are a part of life, and they can be on different levels, but always try to see things from a positive side and take responsibility. It's not going to help or benefit you in any way to just be complaining about your situation pretty much like I did for 2 weeks. And it's better to just bounce back and start working towards your goal and your vision, which I realized is easier said than done. Lastly, try to develop skills that nobody can take away from you, whatever happens, which will make you pretty unstoppable. And also be prepared for worst case scenarios and always know it in the back of your mind. But don't worry too much, because then it's just going to be draining you, and just be confident that whatever happens, you will solve it. I'm gonna be honest, after this now and everything I did and I tried, I feel powerless, unsafe, and I can't trust WOP anymore. And remember that if you are using any platform online, you might be in a false illusion of control. But yeah, that was the past. I'm now more ready than ever to get back into the grind and start my journey in this new direction, being mentally stronger than I was before. I'm still going to finish my shadow season and accomplish what I've promised and said, and I'm more excited than ever to start crushing it now with my new shadow operating business, because I genuinely feel like this is a life-changing opportunity, and if you're not taking action, you are missing out. And since I'm going to be focusing full time on my shadow operating business now, I'm not going to be posting here until May. But if you want to follow my journey more closely, you can follow me on Instagram, where I'm going to be posting more actively. And as a thank you for those of you who have watched this far, if you leave a comment on this video with whatever topic you want me to make a video about, I'll make a full in-depth video about the comment that gets the most likes when I come back from the shadow season. Adios.